Well, we're back. Isn't that crazy? Excuse me if the ride's a little bumpy. Oh my God, there's so much snow. We're coming back with the vlogs with all the snow. But here we are. We're back with it. We just got out of all the crazier crap. Jeez, man. I don't have four-wheel drive, so I'm trying to pay a little bit more attention here. But welcome. We are starting back the vlogs. I came to the conclusion, man, I don't know why we stopped. I mean, I know why we stopped. There's so many different things. Now, I didn't know what I was doing with my content, and it was the same reason we had stopped doing them before. Not that I stopped working out, you know, I definitely kept doing it. So I just kind of came to the conclusion, like, why am I not keeping you guys in touch with this kind of stuff? Because it's just the main part of stuff that I do. I'm trying to think, and also not wreck at the same time, so I apologize. I guess I'll just go ahead and start filling you guys in what the plan is. So if you guys follow me on my socials, that's where I've really kind of been updating you guys about like how my progress and stuff has been. But we really, oh thank God there's salt in the road. We really need to, there goes all the ice on the top of my roof. Need to, you know, get you guys, I want to bring you guys in onto like my day-to-day stuff. And it's just going to be easier for you guys to see how I handle a lot of this fitness stuff. And let's be real, like let's be real, like you guys really understand this part, but for my content that I really is a main part of like what I do. It's how I get a lot of outreach. It's how I generate leads for my business and stuff. I can just clip this stuff. If I'm doing it every day, I can just clip this stuff and post it. You know, so it makes the content resource really easy for me. And I'll also say this, I've just been going back and looking at some of how my content was doing last year when I was doing a lot of that stuff. And it was doing really well with that stuff. And so I really want to bring that back because everything felt good when I was doing that. Again, the reason I stopped was mainly just because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with this. I don't know where I'm heading with this. So like, if it didn't have a purpose, why do it, right? But now it kind of does. Now it has a very specific purpose. And so we're going to keep rocking on with it. I don't know if I'm going to do like a day counter. I don't know what I'm going to title this series at all yet. You know, we had like a day whatever of the Chigel cut before and stuff like that. So I really don't know what we're going to name this thing. But I do know that my goal is to kind of do this on a daily basis every day and not really have an endpoint set to it, because that's just not how, for one, this is my business. My job is to be fit, y'all. And so again, that's part of the reason I wanted to vlog that content, because obviously that's not everyone's reality. I want to show you guys like exactly what I'm doing to deal with this stuff. As someone who's working in the field, helping people with this actively, and then also doing my own stuff. So you guys can kind of see what's going on with that. But that being said, I'm going to fill you guys in with what I'm doing right now. Right now, if you guys have been keeping up with the Instagram and TikTok content, so you guys, Facebook, and I guess here, I keep forgetting I post all that stuff here. But I've been doing a lot of like weigh-ins every day and stuff like that. So we're on a cut, and I'm working on just getting as absolute, you know, my main target audience is fat loss. So I just want to show you guys how crazy shredded you can get. And there are deadlines and stuff set in place. Not that there aren't. I just don't want to put like a number. Deadlines are super important. I always tell my people that. That's one thing we can address at some point too. But yeah, I guess the big thing is like right now the main goal is cutting. The deadline we really have in place right now, I kind of have, we're at day 40 of my thing. Again, there is a day counter. It's just like, again, this is where it gets so complicated. I have to mix content and talk about how different things work and stuff like that. We'll delve into that until a later time. I want to kind of get you guys filled in on what I'm physically doing right now. Right now we're cutting, all right? I'll give you guys the details of all like what's going on with it. We roughly have another like 60 days or so of it, maybe 90. That I have like set in stone for this block. But again, I'll let you guys know the full details later. I don't want to get too deep into whatever words. But anyways, What I've been doing to do that, we're on roughly, I try and stay at 2,500 calories. Yeah, so I really let it go, especially as I've gotten deeper into this cut. Have let it go into like 2,500 to 3,000. It needs to stay around 2,500. As long as it stays around 2,500, I don't really need to change anything up. I will cut. But that being said, we are doing 2 to 3 miles of cardio in the morning time. And I say cardio, it's walking. It's specifically walking, not running, not jogging, walking. Because later in the day, what we're doing right now, and what I'm going to record for a majority of this stuff, is gym. And we go to the gym for an hour and a half to 2 hours. And so, not that we aren't doing cardio here, but because I do so much office work in the day, roughly 6 to 7 hours a day, this is where things are going to get very sloshy. This is where things are going to get a little crazy. Give me a second. Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. All right, now we're good. Everything's fine. There we go. There we go. There we go. We're good. We're good. We're sliding a little bit, but we're good. 2-wheel drive. Count them. 2 of them. Anyways, that being said, today we're staying with the full body focus kind of stuff. So we got push focused full body. So we're going to be starting off with probably some kind of military press. I need to really open up my stuff, my wrists. There's a turn coming up. Anyways, same kind of ideas. You guys know how I do. I like to do those full body workouts. That's what I recommend for a lot of people who are trying to burn fat. And most athletes, you know, anyone who's trying to stay athletic and focus on strength without keeping too much body fat on them, it's a good one. But let me see, did they open up this back lot? Oh, they did. Can I park back there? Oh, I can. Let's go. Bro, I went here yesterday. We're at the gym, by the way. Went here yesterday and it was still so snowy, but it looks like they got a snow plow back here. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Okay, so as we've done in the past, your boy needs to go get warmed up. But as soon as I get warmed up, we're gonna get after it. So I'll see you guys in there. All right, I'm nice and warmed up, so we should be ready to go. Technically, I'll fill you guys in. We didn't get to this in the car. I'm technically on a deload this week. I was supposed to have it next week. I moved it a little bit early just because we had all this snow, and there were a few days there where I really only got extra cardio in because I did have a treadmill at the house, so I was able to get that done. So we're not really going too crazy for the next, honestly, until Sunday, I think. Maybe, I don't know. It's just really going to depend. I want to go ahead and really utilize that. I don't want to skimp over that because that's a big thing. A lot of people, I'll go ahead and give you guys this, because there's a lot of big fellas out there who are trying really hard to burn a lot of body fat, but the problem is this is not a do more kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you do need to pay attention to your central nervous system. You do need to make sure you're recovering properly, or you're not going to stay consistent and all that weight's going to come back. So if you don't want that, make sure you guys do a deload. I would do it every 8 to 12 weeks. That's what I do with my people, and it helps a lot. So that being said, we're just going to keep it very simple today. Sets at 10, I think. We already did like a warm-up set with the bar. And yeah, I'm just trying to pay attention to everything. I did record some content in the snow with some weights, and not gonna lie, I kind of fucked my wrist up a little bit. Not gonna lie. So that's another reason why I don't want to go into doing all of this again, or I'm getting myself hurt because I just want to do so much. So that's a tip from me, because I've hurt myself quite a bit training. I say quite a bit, really not a lot. By hurt, I just mean like, especially my wrists, doing the bag work I do, and then going really hard with those wrist movements. Like, I think what I did yesterday is this was 2 days ago, but I was just throwing weight around like an idiot. If you guys will come by Instagram, you'll see it there. But that being said, it feels pretty good today. I just got to make sure I'm rolling it out and stuff like that and not going too crazy with it. Respect the deload. But we're going to add a little bit more weight, and then we'll do another set of 10. We're honestly going to keep this weight here for the rest of the sets, I think. I don't really want to go too much higher than this. And I really only think I'm gonna do 2 more sets, so it's really only 3 sets. But again, like I don't wanna go too crazy with this stuff. Just respect the wrist. That way I can use it to a little bit more effort next week. And I honestly need a little bit more yoga. That's something we're gonna start throwing in again too, is like, I'm not gonna be doing weights every single day. It's 5 days a week. The other days are gonna be cardio and yoga driven, but I'm gonna have something for you guys. I have it kind of set up right now, because I did put a little bit more thought into this before jumping into this. But probably gonna do some kind of nutrition video that day, or I'll take y'all through the yoga workout, show you guys some stretches, stuff I do specifically, which would probably be really good, because I never show you guys the warm up. But anyways, let's get this in before I cool down too much. Oh yeah, it's as heavy as I want to go today. Two more. All right, another big break. This will be the last one on these. And then after this, I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I did lunges yesterday. So my legs are still pretty cooked, especially my glutes and we did lunges and calves. So leg extensions, hamstring curls, and some kind of variation. We might just do those exclusively. Like I said, everything else is pretty turned up right now. Just for legs today. And then maybe some flies. We'll see. It is push focused, but I'm feeling pretty zapped still. Again, with it being deload, one thing I haven't really done was increase my calories. Wish I really should do that. I need to practice what I preach. Come on. Come on, one more at least. That's it, man. God bless it. 7. Man, telling y'all, I need to have those higher calorie days. My issue is I really want to keep steeping deep into this cut. And the reality is, what I could probably do is have me a refeed day. I haven't addressed this with y'all yet. I have not had a refeed day, really, technically, in like 40 days. So that's something we'll address on another note, but I definitely should. And so that might be something, I don't know if we're gonna do that today. I don't know. So look at myself, I wanna sit here and talk myself into it. All right, let's be careful. Let's get on moving to the next thing and then we'll discuss it. All right, we're gonna see if I'm in frame. They've moved everything, which I don't hate. I really don't hate at all. I kind of like it. But that being said, we're gonna do 3 sets of these. We'll do 3 sets on some kind of leg extension here in a second as well. And then push focus. So we really need to focus on some kind of like chest press, not a fly. I think I said that earlier. But let's get these going. There we go. And these have been pretty good. I'm gonna drop it just a little bit. I really wanna focus on that stretch. If you guys remember, I got a grade 2 hamstring strain this past summer that is actually doing really good, but you know, you just wanna make sure you give it that TLC. I still feel the area. And again, it's just something I've been kind of battling this past year. But that was from doing some sloppy sprints that I should have been, one, way more warmed up for. But a big thing here is I just need to make sure I'm really like getting a full, especially on this machine, really stretching everything out. But I can kind of feel it. Nothing too crazy, but I can kind of feel it. Yeah, that felt a lot better. We'll stay there. Yeah, I don't know if we'll do a refeed. I really, what I've kind of switched up is that I was doing like a refeed every week or two, and it was just too much. Like, it worked for me a long time ago. And honestly, if you're someone who has like been burning fat, like you're someone who has like 50 plus pounds to lose, having a refeed day every week or two, that's actually going to do that'll help you drop the 50 pounds. But then when you're trying to have like a very specific physique, like you really want to be cut, but also have a lot of muscle at the same time, be above like 200 pounds, like, and be natural all at the same time, you got to start really taking a whole different focus to this. The reason I got lean before is because I was willing to sacrifice a lot of muscle. And even then, like, I think what I fought at for my MMA fight was 184 pounds, but I was after a 10-pound weight cut. Even then, I only got down to like 195, right? And so this time, you know, if you guys want to see how the physique's looking, just go over to the Instagram. We'll use that as like a call to action for you guys. Go follow me on Instagram. But like, the big thing is when I'm getting that specific with the type of body I'm trying to go, I've got to do very specific things, and one of those things is not having a refeed day. And for me, if I do have a refeed, it's going to be, I really should do it in a way where I'm at maintenance calories for a few days, and that's what's tripping me up personally, because I'll feel myself eating too much, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I knew this was going to happen, and I knew this was coming up. And so it's something I've been kind of, how are we going to manage this? And with this snow being here, it's a really good opportunity to do that. But I don't know, man. It's going to really take some thinking for me. But I'm going to have to act because the snow's gone. You know, it's time to start lifting again. And I say that the deload was really just like, you know, a little bit less than what I usually do, but it was still, you know, something every day. That feels actually really good. I can feel it when we were sitting there talking. I feel it like getting pumped up back there. Let's get this leg extension before it gets popped up. I think they finally replaced the pad to this thing. I was sitting here looking at it. I thought it was a whole new machine. They are, if you guys can't tell, they're updating this place. So maybe some new stuff to play around with, who knows? But, oh yeah, that too. If you guys are wondering about the home gym, or there's two home gyms now. There's we call it the lift gym, which is my dad's home gym, which is coming along really nice, actually. We need to do some more of those in there. We're getting some turf put in there next, which is gonna be sick, and mirrors. And then what else? And then my home gym, which really needs some renovation. That's another thing I want to work on with doing these vlogs, is have a reason to really like tune in or like update that, because it's something I really want to do. A little space, maybe even turn into a little bit more of an office space where I can put my laptop in there, you know. I need to move this chair, but I did want to set some relatively lightweight just to really feel them. And guys, especially my big fellas. If your knees are hurting, doing these holds like this, I'm telling you, like you just gotta do 3 seconds at a time. But this is how we start bulletproofing those knees so all that weight's not hurting you while you're trying to burn all that fat and get that weight off of you. Like it's a huge help. It helped me a lot when I helped, you know, I used to be 284 pounds at my heaviest, 34% body fat. It really was a huge reason why I was still able to continue doing squats, why I'm able to do a lot of deadlifts now, why I have a lot of strength in my lower body now. You guys are always talking about my legs in the comments. That's the reason. I mean, this is a huge proponent of that. That, and I would say leg press too. Leg press is also pretty solid. That actually felt great. You know what? We're gonna go up just a little bit, but we're gonna keep that lightweight. Sometimes it's good to go light, man. You know what? I haven't hit incline bench in a long time. While we're keeping things light, I really have like stopped doing like bench press a lot with heavyweight specifically. For the sake of my shoulders, I'm using a lot more dumbbells these days. But that being said, that might be what we do next, some kind of bench variation. Because I want to go ahead while we are still feeling good and lots of energy. Go ahead, it is push focus full body, so we need to again address that. And then I think back is on the table. We definitely got to make sure we're hitting that back. We have back and core basically left. And I'm sitting here trying to think like, what do I want to do for back and core? And I think I'm gonna not superset anything today. Again, keep things kind of relatively light and easy. Get everything worked, get a good burn going. But that being said, I don't know what I want to hit for back. We might go ahead and do just some basic T-bar rows, because actually it's been a minute since I hit some T-bar rows, so that would be a good back variation to hit. And then we will have a tomorrow, I think it's gonna be deadlift day, so we're gonna have some vertical pulling action going on tomorrow. So again, I'm gonna try and do these every day. And again, as far as content goes, if you guys don't, you know, for those who don't make content, or those who do rather, I'll go ahead and give you a little tip. Or a tip that was really something, it was told to me a long time ago that I just was not implementing. Part of the reason I'm bringing these back, but document, don't create. And I cannot express to you how much time goes into the content. If you guys have been watching my content for a while, I cannot express to you. That is most of what I am doing. That is so much of my time. And it's really something I'm overcomplicating, to be fair. I believe that was 3. I need to pay more attention. Like I said, next week it's gonna be when we really delve deep. I want to start doing a little bit more supersets, drop sets, bringing that stuff intensity a little bit more back up. But I don't know, you guys really got me thinking about that refeed day, because it's something I've been kind of putting off. I'm just sitting there going like, oh, let me think about it. I keep saying that to y'all like y'all are gonna dictate that at all. Anyways, I'm losing my mind clearly. I need to go ahead and get some incline bench press. So let's go do that. Ooh, I got a crazy haircut going on right now. Need to stop procrastinating that and get that shit cut. I don't know, I'm sitting here thinking about that freaking refeed day, man. I think what we're gonna do, realistically, is I probably need to eat maintenance for the next like 2 or 3 days. It probably is what I need to do. And by that, I mean like just maybe eating like 3,000 calories instead of like the 2,500 for the next few days. And just kind of get everything locked in, loaded. And that'll, you know, again, if I'm at maintenance, I won't gain anything or anything like that. My brain keeps wanting to go into like full-on feeding frenzy, and we just cannot do that. We just can't. Oh, that's why I like the cheat days so much before, is because you kind of could still, but don't forget, kids, binge eating in any way, shape, or form, unless it's very controlled and for a specific reason, is not really a healthy habit. All right, again, keeping it simple, 3 sets of 10. Man, it's been so long since I've hit this. It feels weird. and good. Since we've hit like an overhead press too, so this is again, I mean, this is like I would say this is a horizontal press, and then we've hit shoulder press, which is a vertical press. That means we're really getting the tricep hit too. So I really like to save my like tricep extensions for the other days of the week, like any kind of tricep extension, specifically just because we just hit the triceps. It's not like the triceps are dead when we're doing these movements, right? And so, again, if you want to make sure you're able to do these full body workouts, simplify it. That's the reason full body's great. You use these more like bigger muscle group engaging exercises. You know, some kind of pressing, some kind of squatting, some kind of pulling when you're hitting multiple muscle groups at one time. It's gonna help you shred more body fat, and obviously it's gonna help you build more muscle, because you're able to do it. If you're doing full body workouts, you're able to fit it in more days per week. You're still hitting the muscle group. It's still getting more volume. Make sense? So that's why I'm so big on these full body workouts, man. Very specifically, ugh, that wrist. Yeah, man, I am like zapped. My hydration's also kind of slacking. I'd say that, like, I'm getting like 1.5 gallons in, but it is just, today, it hasn't been really where it needs to be. Definitely have not where it needs to be so far today. I still got a lot more to go. I got a full like gallon I gotta drink still. But I can definitely feel it, man. I don't know, I think it is also obviously the cut too, right? Like, that is just part, I always try and tell you all this so you don't go into the cutting process. But I will stand on this. Cutting fat is always harder than building muscle. It simply has to do with the fact that, like, when you're building muscle, you're not in a calorie deficit. You have energy, bro. You have energy for the workouts. Like, you don't when you're cutting. And this comes from someone who's I've done both. And you know that, because you go back to my page and you look at my page, we did a whole series on it. We did a whole, like, I can't remember how many days in a row we did. Literally, that last bulk, first off, it's the last time we're doing a bulk like that. That was crazy. But that was the heaviest I had gotten since losing all that weight, man. That was crazy. I felt like one of those was kind of sloppy. We got up to like 240 for that last bulk, man. Too fucking much. And it made me go like, yeah, I'm never doing this again. For what? For fucking who? All right, that was 3 of those. We got a T-bar rows. We gotta get some T-bar rows in. All right, we on these. I'm starting to get tired. We got 3 sets of these. This is a different kind of rowing machine. I really don't use this thing that much. The other one was taken up, but I figured we'd go ahead and use it. And then I think I'm gonna do some pail-off presses today, with some cable pail-off presses, just to hit some oblique action today, because we really haven't gotten those in a minute. Let's get these going. My goodness. Oh, it just hit me like a ton of trucks. Something like that. Ooh, those actually felt pretty good, but they're just weird. I don't know. I'm not used to it being like one lane of track, you know. I'm used to like a T-bar row being able to swivel, but it'll work. And then after both of these, we're gonna have some slight bag work, I think. My body's feeling toast, man. What I do like about this, specifically this, is the stretch is somehow, because it is in one track, you can kind of lean back with it. You can actually get a really good stretch on your back. So, I don't know. Let me try taking a plate off. We'll do one more. I just kind of want to experiment with that a little bit. I just came to a crazy realization. I'm going through this workout with no caffeine. I didn't take a pre-workout. I brought a Celsius with me in the truck. When I was on the camera with you guys, I completely left it in the truck. I drank that much of it. So that's probably part of it. Not that I'm too opposed to doing a workout without it, but I don't know. I was sitting here going like, why? This isn't, usually have a little bit more energy in this, and that's probably where it's coming from. Whoop. Because the kind I use a few different kinds. But right now I'm kind of doing a lot of like Caged and Gorilla Mind. And those focus on hydration. And that really does help. I mean, it helps me a ton with my workouts. Dude, I like that. This is a less is more kind of thing. I need to do that next time. But we're done with it. So that's a next time kind of thing. Let's get these pail-off presses going, and then we'll figure out if I'm gonna pull y'all out for recording some bag work. All right, for you guys who have a fat-ass muffin top, this is one of the best exercises you can do for that. And it's not because it's gonna like just make the muffin top disappear, that's your diet, but like what it's gonna do, it's gonna help tone up this area and also help protect your back. This is a big one I like to get people on too, just to help prevent like back pain and stuff like that, or back injury rather. And it's a simple thing of just like here, let me step up a little bit, right here, and then push out, right? No, you're not actually moving any weight when you're doing this, but what you're doing is you're letting the weight go away from your body, and your core has to support all of this, right? And so this is actually a big one I would do for MMA, just because it's really good for punching power too, and not letting your opponent control you. So it does a bunch of different things for you. So it's been in my regimen literally for like a decade. So I'd highly recommend it. But we definitely need more weight on that. I will say too, doing this with a band, 10 times better, because that one really does, as you move out, it does get harder. Or not that this doesn't get harder as you move out, but it gets, the elasticity on the band stretches. And so there's a little bit more pull to it. Yeah, I love those, dude. I do these at least once a week. But I am gonna need significantly more weight. Yeah, the cables, because of the aspect of them being cables and not bands, they're good, but I just can't, there's no debate. The bands are definitely better. They just don't have any bands that I can really use for that right now, which is fine. I have my own bands I need to start bringing with me, but I forget. Might be. Yesterday I forgot the freaking tripod. That was a problem. Ooh, that's almost too much weight. You see the difference? See how I can hold it right here? And then with that much extra weight, out here is so much harder. And it's, again, all has to do with how far away the weight is from your body and how much your core has to stabilize to hold that weight in place. I won't lie to you, it's also like your glutes are having to activate too. Ooh, I'm gonna give myself a second. I'm definitely gonna pop the weight down for the last set of those, but since we did it on this side, we gotta do it on this side. Ooh, that got me, dude, holy shit. This side's easier. Which tells me I need to work on this side a little bit more. So it's one of those things, man. Definitely want to try and get that evened out. we're just gonna drop it 1 plate. I feel like we can handle that. And then yeah, like I said, after this, I've got some bag work, so I'm not gonna pop you all out for that because I record a lot of that stuff for like the short form stuff. So we'll do that there. But on the days, like I said, not every day is a lifting day. Some days I'm doing cardio days or yoga days. On some of those cardio days, it's bag work. So we'll pull you all out again for it at some point. Not today though. Man, yeah, this side is significantly weaker for this. Good. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to start doing those way more, man. I thought I was doing them enough. Try moving back right here. I hope I'm in frame. If I'm not, I apologize. 5, 6. All right, it's pretty decent. Got a good, decent sweat going, nothing too crazy. Like I said, we're technically deloading, so we're gonna keep it nice and low. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna go over there and do about 15 minutes of bag work, and then I'll probably do about 15, 20 minutes of stretching, and then we'll leave. So I'll see y'all in the car. All right, we made it out of there. Your boy is worn out. I'm worn the hell out. I definitely feel like the hydration needs to go up just a tad bit. It's just when I'm training as much as I am, the hydration levels are so hard to compete with because I have to get up to like, really, ideally, I really need to get like 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons, which is crazy. It's just a rough thing to do. Even a gallon, I feel a difference in my workouts, you know? So, something we need to do is make sure, here we go with the ice, oh God, is make sure that we are properly hydrating before the gym, because Lord knows I don't need to be chugging that shit at night right before bed. That is definitely not helping the sleep. That's so scary, bro. I could have just gone out into traffic. And I'm stuck. And I'm stuck. And I'm stuck. And I'm not stuck no more. I'm not stuck no more. Okay, cool. Woo! Only a few more days of that, hopefully, man. We were stuck inside with that snow. I can't even really show y'all right now. But we got like 2 feet or 1.5 feet. I don't know, a lot. We got a lot. And it was mainly just like sleet. The roads are still messed up. It hasn't really gone above freezing. It might be a little above freezing right now. But that being said, the next couple of days, it'll start melting away and the roads will be cleared up. I want to deal with that crap no more. And who knows, maybe we'll get a lift gym in. A lift gym lift in. Whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that being said, I hope you guys are excited for all we've got to come. Like I said, the main idea right now is a whole lot of cutting. And I've got to figure out if I'm going to do any refeed. I think, like I told you guys, I think what we'll do is we'll do the 3,000, 3,200, somewhere in that range, for the next like couple days. And just kind of see, you know, if that's really what I need to be doing. I'm still going to kind of do some estimates real quick. My OCD is getting to me with it. So I want to make sure that's all in check and stuff. So that being said, probably what we're going to do, I'll let you guys know more tomorrow if that's exactly what we decide to do. I mean, shit, if you guys want to look at the Instagram and check out tomorrow's weigh-in, if we have a refeed day, we'll be up 1 pound or 2 for sure, just because of water weight from the carbs. But what's on the agenda for the meal today is beef, and we have these like microwavable like rice things, fried rice things, that being said. So it should be a little bit tasty. I've been eating that quite a bit. About 100 grams of protein. I eat a whole pound of beef at a time, y'all. Like I do. I'm one of those guys. I like to eat big meals still. But I have to be, it's just spacing them all out. You know, I'm actually been pretty good about like not eating at night. Like I'll be honest. This is where the extra couple hundred calories come from. Because you guys know I'm supposed to be stopping at 2,500. the extra couple hundred calories come from me kind of grabbing into some, literally what it is, it's me grabbing my Kashi cereal. I use Kashi cereal in the mornings, mainly for fiber and protein, food that I can eat every morning, keep it, consistent, and, it's something that's going to help me with my goals. And it's tasty. So I'll dip my hands in there in the middle of the night, and once the calories are done, I really need to be done. But as far as the cut's been going, 40 days ago when we started, again, go look at the Instagram and stuff. Or again, I keep forgetting, we post these on YouTube too. But those, the start of that was day 40 days ago. So the heaviest I've been in that range was 228, and we weighed out at 220.4 this morning. So 8 pounds down in about 40 days, which is pretty good. It's about, I don't know the math on that, but good. It's good enough. It's going in the direction I want to see it going in. Which means hopefully we'll be getting pretty close to like 210. 210's when we're going to start looking really cut. Like I can kind of, if I'm taking my pre-workout and I'm like really carved up and I'm pumped up and I just hit my abs and I got a good pump going, my abs are there. Especially with the lighting and posing, like you can definitely see them. But when we get down to like 210, just based off of past experience and also based off the fact that I know for a fact I have more muscle than I did when I was that lean before, it's going to start looking pretty crazy. And I'm excited for it. It's only really a rough 10 pounds away. That's part of the reason why I'm all kind of like, oh, I don't really want to do this freaking refeed, but I got to do it. It's what's going to help us stay consistent for the next 8 to 12 weeks. So that being said, that's all we got for the day. It's going to be a long vlog. We'll see how we chop it down later in the editing process, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.